back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Life, where today, a year later, we're finally able to get this on camera. There are three lovely specimens in here. That is the Japanese red giant mustard in the back, but these two up front are what we're here for. This is what we want. Its scientific name is Brassica, rapa, variety niposinica. Specific variety, Miz America, spelled M-I-Z, and America spelled normally. What is this, you ask? This is purple Mizuna Mustard, and it is an F1 hybrid, meaning that it's in its first generation, even though I've been growing it for a couple of years and finally got it on camera. You can see how lovely it is. It is a lovely shade of purple. The undersides of the leaves are not so purple, but it doesn't matter. In cooking, if I recall correctly, this bleeds out and it becomes a straight green. It is a mild mustard green. Anyway, F1 specifically means filial one, or first children, just for those of you who are keeping score. It is considered and treated as an annual, but it will grow in USDA zones 6 through 11. You could probably grow it in colder conditions. However, as I found out last year, a good strong frost will destroy this. It's not as hardy as other members of the cabbage family. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. Its soil pH preference is 6 to 6.8, and its exposure preference is full sun, but it will tolerate partial shade. This is in full sun most of the day up until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Its height can be 10 to 18 inches, which very obviously visible here. And its width can be 8 to 16 inches. It's not also known as anything else. It's just Miz America Mizuna Mustard. Now, its maturity it'll reach maturity in about 30 to 40 days, and beyond that, this is where I geek out about its culinary value, so sit tight, it's going to be a ride. Well, anyway, this is great in salad mixes because as far as mustards go, the leaves are mild. They don't really carry the mustard bite like Red Giant in the back here, which can be a little too mustardy for some people. Some people. I'm not one of those people, so there's that. However, the interesting thing is that I find it's really great to add to soups. And guilty pleasure of mine, because, I will add this to ramen noodles to actually put nutritional value in there. Because let's face it, most store-bought ramen noodles have the nutritional value of cardboard. In fact, jokingly, I call them styrofoam noodles because I think eating styrofoam might at least give me fiber. So, adding a significant quantity of vegetables to it, or greens. I like my greens, especially when they're purple. Actually makes it worth eating. The worthlessness of the noodles is made up for by the greens. Additionally, this cooks really quickly, so it's not something you want to put in for the whole cooking of the soup. You want to put it in towards the end, maybe 5-10 minutes tops, so you can hopefully retain some structure. This will cook down to nothing. Like greens, you put in 5 pounds and suddenly it looks like you have 2 ounces. These are soft. There's not much fiber to them, so they cook down to nothing. However, these, stewed with some chicken broth and maybe some rice on the side, is amazing. But anyway, I just want to point out, Mizuna itself is an Arugula mustard cross, and since both of those things are in the cabbage family, they can cross. What happens in the field stays in the field, with Kenny G music. Oh yeah. Now, what's interesting is that the flavor itself, because I know you guys are going to ask me, well, you talked about cooking, what does it taste like? It's mild. It's a mustard green, and so it's got a tiny dash of pepper. Tiny, minuscule. But if you are not used to mustard greens, this Mizuna is even the plain green type, is a great way to get into it. If you are used to mustard, this is an alternative version, and I believe you can pickle the greens, so there's that too. Though I'm not sure how well the cell structure will hold up against the acidity of pickling. But anyway, that's Mizuna Mustard for you, and consequently, as I said before, I wanted to put this episode out last year. And then a frost came and wiped out all of my Mizuna plants. I mean, it straight shown enough killed them. This year, I started them early, They're beautiful before the frost, and this is a long overdue episode that I had planned to do at the beginning of the year. Didn't work out for me. I couldn't get plants or seed at the beginning of the year, and then finally this fall I got plants late summer, and I was like, yes, because everybody's out of Miz America, or was at the time I was looking. So anyway, here you go. That's Miz America Mizuna Mustard for you guys out there, you guys and gals. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, if you like this episode, hit like, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel. If you have any questions, please leave them in the channel in the comments section. Additionally, we're coming down to that point where the blog will be coming back online, so stay tuned for that. And as always, folks, thanks for watching.